Welcome back to another episode of Jason's Bricks and 5, where I discuss LEGO content in videos of around 5 minutes. Well, it is time for another LEGO haul. We do these from time to time. And so this one, this is actually, if it's what I think it is, it's actually two purchases that I made at the same time from the same seller. And there's a little bit of a story from this. These are actually eBay purchases. And there were a number of auctions that were from one seller at one point, and I put in a bid on a couple of them. One of them I did not get. It went for a decent price, but I was already getting two, so I decided, you know what, I'll wait and pick that up at another point. But I did get these two, and I think this is actually the first time. Could be wrong, but I want to say this is the first time I've ever bought two items from the same seller and then asked them to combine shipping. You know, there may have been a time where I bought items, but it was, you know, you can order a quantity, and that's different type of scenario. But in this case, I basically won two different auctions. And then I reached out to the buyer, or to the seller, and said, hey, I know eBay will let you combine shipping or invoices so we can save on shipping. And so I said, is there any way we can do that? Took him about a day, maybe 2 days to get back to me. And he's like, okay, I reached out. They did it. Here you go. So let's take a look, and then I'll tell you the rest of the shipping story. All right, here is my invoice. Covers all of the details, but so for those of you that know you know what I've been collecting, especially recently, you may see behind me that we like Oswald, but we also like Indiana Jones. I have all of those, and I'm on a quest to complete my collection. I guess again, since I already have them all, I'm trying to acquire them all in sealed copies, and I only have, I want to say there's 5 left. I'll have to count. It's either 5 or 6 sets that I have left to get. And let's see what we got here. We've got some peanuts, you can see. Should we do this like Indy? I guess I don't have a bag of sand to swap for it, but all right, here's our first item. It is from the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Not one of the finest entries into the Indiana Jones series, but this is the Chachilla. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Chachilla Cemetery Battle. So this is the one where, if you remember in the movie, Indy and Mutt, they're exploring, trying to find the Crystal Skull, and they go into the cemetery and they fight these, I don't know, some natives or whatever they are. But kind of a neat set. It's got one of the Crystal Skull figure, or pieces, I should say, which is always kind of a neat mold, and with that clear and the blue. So there we go. We've got that one. The box is in pretty good shape. It looks like the front goes in just a little bit, but no creases or anything like that. So overall, not bad. And then we've got another one, and this is actually one I was probably more excited about this one, frankly, but then again, it's not Crystal Skull, so. All right, here we go. So this one is the Venice Canal Chase, and this one is from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So they only made 3 Last Crusade sets, at least in the original run. I guess they remade one of them, but so you've got the motorcycle chase with Indy and his dad. That's the small set. We've got that one over there. We've got the fighter plane chase. The original one was 2 planes. We've got it up there, and the sealed set's over there just because of the shelf space. And then there is this one here. And this is that scene where Indy and Elsa are being chased and through the canals of Venice, and their boat gets chopped up. And it's kind of got some neat features. The boat comes apart, and you know, it can explode. And then there's some things with the dock. I mean, that part's not as, frankly, not as exciting, but you know, the boats and the figures. Kind of cool. Every one of the figures in here is exclusive as well. I don't think that's the case here. I think it's just the little native guys. But this one, it's a cool set. So there you go. We have 2 of them. And as I was thinking about it, I needed 6, so I now need 4 because I still need the 2 big ones. I need the Temple of the Crystal Skull, and that was the set that got away. There's the Temple of Doom. So those are definitely the 2 biggest price items I've got to get. So I've got those 2. And then back here, there is the Race for the Stolen Treasure. And then in the movie, it's not actually treasure, it's the Ark in the back of the trucks and Indy and on the horse chasing him. So there's that set. And then the other set is the name of it is escaping me. It's the airplane, the Peru, Peril in Peru, I think is the name of the set. So those are the ones that we have left. But I now have every Last Crusade set sealed. It looks like this one does have a slight crease on the back. I didn't notice that when I was buying it, but overall still not too bad. And the box art does look great. So there you go. That is our haul here. Yeah, I'm excited. Happy I got these, you know, and I got them at a fair price. Oh, I was telling the story. So anyways, that's what happens when you get to my age. Anyways, I was communicating with the guy. He sent me the invoice and I paid. And then I was looking at it. And I was thinking, I was like, it still seems kind of high. And then as I was looking at the box after it arrived here, it tells me on the shipping label that they paid $16.64 for shipping for both of these. And the way that the shipping was run, when eBay combined it, they just added the original shipping. So I paid $32.08 for shipping. This one I think was $17.02 and this was $15.06 or something is what the original shipping was. And so I should have only paid half of that, right? Am I wrong here? What am I missing here? It seems like eBay basically just helped the guy combine them into one payment, and the amount is exactly the same as what I was supposed to pay, and I paid them separately. So what is the point? It is the point that I got screwed out of $16, I guess. You know, in his invoice, he said he's not sure if it made a change, and, you know, tried to make it sound like, you know, eBay wasn't helpful, which very well could be the case. I get that. But I don't know. I'm tempted to put in my feedback, you know, I think one of the things is around shipping costs, and I may actually put that in there because it seems like, what's the point? Why do you offer combined shipping if you're not going to let the person, you know, save money? And why don't you help them do that? But there you go. That's what happens when you're dealing with, I don't know, life. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on another episode of Jason's Bricks and 5. Happy building.